Good morning, Tens. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. The topic for this video is forming and solving equations. Okay, so it's a new topic, what we're doing today. I would like you to do, please, is to copy down these questions. Start off with the foundation starter, then move on to the higher starter. Copy down the questions, have a go, and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. So question 1 and 2 is just quick simplifying for the foundation and starter questions. So 3x plus 7y. Remember, we were simplifying these sort of expressions. You need to collect like terms. So in question 1, for instance, is 5x minus 2x. That gives you 3x. And 3y plus 4y, that gives you 7y. I'm pretty sure you know how to do this. Question 1 now, these involve powers. A lot of people do get confused, but it's really, you just look at the power. Okay, x cubed and 12x cubed and minus 3x cubed are like terms. That gives you 9x cubed. And you've got minus 4x squared minus 8x squared. That gives you minus 12x squared. They are also like terms, so you can add and subtract like terms. Okay, this one here, you just multiply the numbers together, you multiply the powers together. Remember, when you multiply powers with the same basis, the powers add. Okay, the powers you add together. This one here as well. Okay, that's 6a squared. Remember, just do in this question here, you just clean up the numerator. 3 times 4 is 12. That gives you 12a to the power of 7. And then you divide it by 2a to the power of 5. When you're dividing with powers and the powers are the same, the bases are the same, sorry, you're going to subtract the powers, okay? And that gives you 6a squared. We'll give you the rest of the answers. Question 3 and 4 are solving equations, okay? The reason why the other one is a little bit more complex is because you have more negative signs as well, which can get a little bit more messy. And then question 5, product of primes. Okay, you guys should know this. I'm pretty sure you've learned this in year 9. Okay. Question 6 now, list the factors. And then for question 6 is the highest common factor. And you just multiply them together, and these are your answers. Okay. All right. Because our topic today is forming and solving equations, what we're going to quickly do a quick recap is question 3 and 4. It can happen, some of you probably have forgotten how to do it. Okay, so remember, when we are solving equations, all right, you have to find out what your x is. So for instance here, 4x minus 12 is equal to 26. I need to work out what that x is. That is what solving equation means, okay? So what can I do? Just a quick recap. You just do the inverse operation. So you can do this is, I think of a number, times by 4, and I take away 2. Why don't you just do it the other way around? I need to add 2 and then divide by 4. So I do 26 plus 2, do the inverse. 26 plus 2 gives me 28. Then do 28 divided by 4 gives me 7. There you go. All right. And you can double check this. What if you put it back into the equation, x is equal to 7. 4 times 7 is 28 minus 2 gives me 26. Okay. Just quick recap. Pause the video and have a go at this one, please. Okay. Solve for x. Okay, 6x plus 4 is equal to 63. What do I do? 63 minus 3 gives me 60. And then because 6x means 6 times x, what is the inverse of multiplying by 6? The inverse of multiplying by 6 is dividing by 6. So I'm going to do 60 divided by 6, which gives me 10. So therefore, x is 10. Okay, and always, what you can do whenever you solve equations, just quickly double check, put it back into the equation. Does it work? 6x plus 3. If x is 10, put it back into the equation. What is 6 times 10? 60. Add the 3. 63. There you go. I'm correct. Okay. All right. This one now. Okay. 8x plus 5 is equal to 29. Quick recap. Pause the video. Have a go quickly. Okay. 8x plus 5 is equal to 29. Okay. So 8x plus 5 is equal to 29. Do the inverse. 29 minus 5 gives me 24. And what I do? 24 divided by 8 gives me 3. X is equal to 3. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at solving these equations. Okay, let's just quickly go through the answers. These are the answers. Please mark them for me, please. Okay, all right. Okay, moving on. Now, our topic today actually was forming and solving equations. Before, all we were doing is solving equations. That's the easy step. But the bit that gets a little bit more challenging, you need to think more mathematically, is if you have a problem, can you actually form the equation yourself first and then afterwards solve the equation next? So there's 2 steps now, okay? I need to form it, then I need to solve it, okay? So let's look at this particular triangle here. If you know, triangles have three sides and 3 angles. So this one here has 3x, 2x, and x. So I don't know what the angles is, okay? So you can clearly see if it's x, 2x, and 3x, what do I need to work out? Without even, being asked the question, you need to work out what the angles are. So how do I do this? The question here now is, what angle facts can we use to find out what x is? Okay. Remember, angles in a triangle add up to what? 180 degrees. Okay. So all of these three angles, x, 2x, and 3x, if I add them together, okay, it gives me 180 degrees. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's it. I've actually formed the equation now. Then remember, from our starter question 1 and question 2, I need to simplify. 3x plus 2x plus x. How many lots of x's do I have? I have 6 lots of x's. Is equal to 180 degrees. Now I've formed the equation, then I've simplified it. Now I have a perfect equation where I need to solve for x. Okay, so if 6x is equal to 180, how can I work out what my x is? Well, what's the inverse of multiplying by 6 is dividing by 6. I divide by 6 on both sides. X is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, and there you go. So you work out what the value of x is. Sometimes in an equation like this, they may say to you, work out what all of the angles are. So if x is equal to 30, then the angle 2x is going to be 60, and the angle 3x is going to be 90 degrees. Okay. Let's look at this one here. So we've got a four-sided shape. Okay, kind of looks like a trapezium in a way. So it's giving us the angles y plus 20, y plus 10, and 2y. So again, what angle facts can we use to find y? Angles in a quadrilateral add up to what? Angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. What is a quadrilateral? Any sort of shape with a four-sided shape like this one here, they must add up to 360 degrees. So how can I form an equation using my angles? Okay, given y plus 20 plus 2y plus y plus 10 is equal to 360 degrees. So I've formed the equation now. What do I do now? I've got so many y's. I need to clean it up. What is that called? Simplify, collecting the like terms, okay? So y plus 2y plus y gives me what? 5y plus 30 is equal to 360. So you add up the y's together, then you add up the 20 and the 10. They're like terms because they're constants, they're numbers by itself. So you add up the variables together, give me 5y. Then you add up the numbers 20 and 10, give me 30. 5y plus 30 is equal to 360 degrees. So I've formed the equation now. I've also tried to simplified it. I've collected the like terms. Now I've got a perfect equation here right now where I can easily solve it. Okay, you should be able to solve for y. If you subtract 30 from both sides, it gives you 5y is equal to 330. Then how can I work out y by itself? Well, to get rid of the 5, okay, you divide by 5 on both sides, and y is equal to 66 degrees. Okay, and that's all it is. All right. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video. I want you to copy down these shapes, these triangles or quadrilaterals in your books. And what I want you to do is, using the example, form and solve the equations to work out what the angles are. Okay? So please pause the video and press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. The answers are x is equal to 18, x is equal to 15, x is equal to 45, x is equal to 10, x is equal to 13, x is equal to 34, and y is equal to 10. Okay. Now here, question 10, actually, that was a bit of a tricky one. But really, the only thing that you need to pay attention is angles in a straight line. What do they add up to? Angles on a straight line. They add up to 180 degrees, don't they? So you see that 2x and the 3x plus 10, those two angles are angles on a straight line. So if you added them together and you can make it equal to 180, there you go, you formed your equation already. So you can easily work out what x is. All right. Okay, these are the rest of the answers. Okay. So whenever you're forming and solving equations, especially when it involves angles, use all of the rules of angles that you know. Okay. Use all of the rules of angles that you know. Angles in a triangle add up to 180. Angles in a straight line add up to 180. Angles in a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape, add up to 360. Question 7 here, actually, if we go back. Yeah, it's got those dashed lines. What does that tell you? It's a isosceles triangle. And what's special about an isosceles triangle? Two of the sides are the same, and also two of the base angles are the same. So you see that 3x over there, the missing angle would also be 3x. And there you go, 3x plus 3x plus 2x will give you 180. Okay, that's for question 7. Okay, let's quickly go through this. But we discussed also what angle factor we use to solve these ones now. So 3x minus 18 is equal to 2x plus 12. Well, remember, vertically opposite angles are equal. You've learned this in year 8 and year 9, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so if they're equal to each other, it's very easy to solve it. That's your equation. Okay, you formed your equation, and x is equal to 20. All right. What about this one here? Angles on a straight line. Please copy these examples and these facts in your books. Okay, angles in a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So 3x plus 3 plus, that's a 90 degree. Okay, plus 90 plus 5x minus 1. All of that will be equal to 180. So you form the equation. Okay, you simplify it, and then you solve it. Okay. This one here now, the bottom left one, they're corresponding angles. Remember, corresponding angles are equal. Make them equal to each other, and then solve for x. Okay, please copy these examples, all of them in your books. And then this one here, what type of angles are they? They're alternate angles. Okay, so they're equal to each other. 3x minus 15 is equal to x plus 25. Solve for x, and that'll give you 20 degrees. Okay, so please copy down these examples, and remember, anytime you see the angle facts, use your knowledge to form the reasonable equation. What I'd like you to do now is, using the examples, pause the video, copy down these questions, work out and solve for x, then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, these are the answers. Quickly mark for me, please. Okay. Let's quickly look at an exam style question. So you've got a question like this now. The width of a rectangle is x centimeters and the length is x plus 5 centimeters. Question A, okay, says find an expression in terms of for the perimeter of the rectangle in terms of x. So remember, the perimeter of a rectangle, what does the perimeter mean? You add up all the sides together, okay? So remember, opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So if the top length is x plus 5, the bottom one will also be x plus 5. If the width on the right hand side is x centimeters, then the width on the left hand side would also be x centimeters. So adding them up, that will be x plus 5 plus x plus 5 plus x plus x. Okay, and then it said simplest form. So what does that tell you? To collect the like terms. So 4x plus 10 is equal to is our perimeter in terms of x as an expression. Okay, fairly straightforward. You know your rules of a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal to each other. Okay. Question B now, it says work out the length of the rectangle. If the perimeter has been given to us now, it's equal to 38 centimeters. So in question A, I've formed an expression. In question B, can I form an equation now? Of course you can. It's giving me the value of the perimeter. They said the perimeter is 38 centimeters. Work out what the length is. Work out what x is first. So how do I do that? 4x plus 10 is equal to 38. Because I've worked out what the perimeter is in terms of an expression. And they've given me the perimeter is equal to 38. Make it equal to each other to work out where your x's are. So solve for x, minus 10 from both sides, okay, and then divide by 4 from both sides, x is equal to 7. But what did the question say? The length is x plus 5. The question said work out the length of the rectangle, okay? So the length is equal to x plus 5. Replace the x with the 7 because you worked it out, and that gives you 12 centimeters. Please make sure you copy down the correct units, okay? All right, and that's how you form and solve equations. Okay. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at this one for me, please. Okay. The answers for this now is question part A. Find an expression in terms of x for the perimeter of rectangle. So fairly straightforward. You add up all the sides together and then you simplify it. That gives you 8x plus 11. Okay. And question part B. The perimeter of the triangle is 39 centimeters. So what do? I've got the expression in terms of the perimeter, 8x plus 11, make it equal to 39. There you go, you formed your equation. Then now you can work out what your value of x is, right? Subtract 11 from both sides, 8x is equal to 28. How can I get rid of the 8? Divide by 8 on both sides, okay? So hold on, let me just double check this. That should be 28 over 8, I apologize. 28 divided by 8, which is 14 over 4, which is 7 over 2. That should be 7 over 2, 3.5 centimeters. I apologize.